So the first thing we're going to do is, I don't know everybody's skill level, and I try to make these so that they can match no matter what level you're on. You're going to be able to play these, at least to some level. You might get tired, you might feel it in the forearm, and if that happens, just like always set it down to your side, shake it out, get the blood flowing again, and then you just pick right back up where you leave off. And that is a great way to go about it. I know I've been teaching a long time, and just judging from how students go, usually they play something and it's like, okay, I played that, that's done. I just need to do that. And it doesn't work that way. So you have to realize that in order to program your body, in order to do something, you have to repeat it. It's all about repetition. And there's a reason why if you go to the gym, when we lift weights, you do sets. You just don't like pick up a weight and go, oh, I worked out, and then you just set it down and you walk out. No, you got to do it until it burns, and then you set it down. And you give yourself maybe 30 seconds, maybe a minute, maybe a little more. Pick it up and do it again until it burns. And you keep doing those things, and all of a sudden, you start to build up muscle. And a large part of the guitar playing is really about building up muscle, building up the muscle in the forearm and in the hands, getting the dexterity, the endurance, and all of that stuff. And these kind of things will really help you. So the first thing we're going to do is, I hope everybody's tuned up. I hope you all have your guitars in hand, your guitar picks or your fingers, and you don't have any broken strings. All your strings are on there. And also feel free to post anything in the chat. The chat is kind of off to the side, and I can see it bounce up and down here. So if I see something, I'm going to look over and see if you have a question, and then I will address that directly. Okay, so the first thing, so you guys all know a D chord? So if you play a D chord, think about, okay, we're going to play that. Now I'm leaving off the open string, so I'm only playing the notes that I'm fretting. All right. Okay, so if I pick this, I get a chord, right? And actually I did an arpeggio. I'm separating the notes of that chord. Okay, so now I want you to try this. I want you to play those same notes, but think about it like a trumpet player would play. So you don't want the sustain, you want each note to be delineated or separated. Okay, so I'm just doing first finger, second finger, first finger. Okay, so let's go like this. All right, so that's a D chord arpeggio. We're separating the notes. And now I'm just going to add one more note here with the pinky. We're going to go, and we're adding the 5th fret on top. Okay, so play this with me. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 again, and one more time, 3, 4. Okay, so now let's reverse it. So I'll go. Okay, so let's play that a couple times together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, one more. Okay, so this is going to be the exercise. Now I want to talk about the right hand. So when I'm playing this, I could keep the pick really close to the string and do something like this. Let me get that in the camera, right? So watch my picking hand. Okay, very small motion. And this would work probably well for an electric guitar, but I want this to project a little bit more. So I want you to think about bringing the pick away from the string So just watch this hand as I play. And I'm not hitting the string really hard. It's just that I'm coming away from the string. So I want you to learn. If you're playing with your fingers, this is going to be a little bit of a different thing. You can just kind of, you know, with your thumb. And this will all be with your thumb if you're playing with your fingers. But with the pick, I'm coming away from the string maybe 2 inches or so. Okay. So I want you to learn those strings, learn that position. So you have to kind of go about this with a little bit of a reckless abandon, because if you are too careful, you know, you're not going to get the same kind of projection, and you get a little bit of timid sounding kind of thing, a little bit not very confident. But if I play, it's all downstroke, right? You know, it comes out and it sounds nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this all the way up the neck until we get to the 12th fret. Okay, and I'm setting the metronome at 69 beats per minute, so this is relatively slow. This should be slow. We want everything to sound not blending together like this, but we want the notes to be connected. And that's going to be everything that we do today. Everything is connected. So this note leads to this note. You don't hear any silence in between like this. It's like this. Okay? Now when you practice this, you may want to do it even slower than 69 beats per minute. You could do it as a half note, maybe. You could go like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just so that you can hear. Do you hear any silence? Do you hear fret buzz in between? Do you hear this? Right? When we want to get rid of that little does. Okay, this is how we develop good tone. All right, so let's do this and play along with me. Here we go. We'll go 1, 2, ready, go. Second fret, third fret, fourth fret, fifth fret, and I'm trying to sync that note exactly at the same time as that click on the metronome. Sorry, can't talk and play. 7th fret, ready, go. Now I'm adding a little vibrato in there. Classical vibrato. So it's a rocking motion. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully that went well for you guys, and maybe feeling a little warm up going on. It's maybe a little tender in the fingers if you're not used to playing this long up and down the fretboard. All right, so we're going to take the same idea, and you probably know this. We're going to go, it's a little bit of a derivation of this melody, but we're going to go. Okay, so on the quick stuff, then we grab the upstroke. So everything's down, so you have down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. All right, let's play one of those together. Or let's play two of those together at the same time, so you get this before the exercise. So play with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, three, four. Okay, so I'm doing this attack onto the string, coming away from the string and then into it. And I'm also doing a rest stroke. So I hit the note and my pick is resting on the adjacent string, on the next string down. See how it presses there. Okay, this might be a different way of picking. You might be used to playing away like this. And you can do that, but for this exercise, I want you to try this. We want to do something new. And then when I come up to the top, there's no string to rest on, so I just kind of like make the same motion and pretend that I got a string there. And then when I do the upstroke, all I have to do is pull back away, and it grabs the string. It's like, it's not even an extra motion, it's just a part of the flow, right? And so if I play, I can play a really fast tremolo like that. Because that upstroke is almost not even an extra thing, because I'm just kind of pulling out. I don't have to make a special motion for that. I'm going to have to do it anyway. So, all right, so we're going to work from the 12th fret all the way down to back to the D chord. So let's start this. So I'm going to go 1, 2, with me, go. Fifth fret. Third fret. Yeah, so how did you guys do with that? Can you write in the chat there, how's that going for you? Is that hard? Is that too fast? Does it feel good? Like, do your hands feel, you know, are they tired? Do they feel like, boy, like haven't felt that way. Like I feel like I can do things that I wasn't able to do before. Feels good. All right, awesome. Yeah, nice. Well, we're going to do another one here. And this is fairly easy to do, but we're talking about connecting the notes. Really connecting. So one note, as soon as one note ends, that next note begins exactly at the same time. And then when that note is done, the next note begins at the same time. So no space, no fret buzz in between. So you have to think about how your fingers are moving. You know, sometimes you have to hold one and move another one in order to get that note to sustain as long as you can. So the exercise, we're just going to use 2 fingers for this one. So we're going to come up again. So we're in 10th position. First finger is on the 10th fret. Okay. And so I got 10th fret, and then I'm going to play 3rd finger on the 12th fret. Okay. Same picking. So if you watch my hand here, it's going to be... Okay, so when I go from one to the next, it doesn't sound like this. Can you hear that buzz? Buzz it, buzz it, buzz. That's because I'm letting go of the string. Right? You might not notice that, you know, especially in the beginning when you're practicing. Sometimes you just don't notice those buzzes because you're so focused on everything else that's going on, and that you don't even worry about it. But I want you to really think about this stuff, because if you want your playing to sound smooth and sound like the stuff that you're hearing on the radio, this is the stuff that has to get worked out. And it's the icing on the cake. It's like the fine tuning. But to me, you think about this all the time, then you'll never have to worry about it again. Everything that you do is going to sound nice and connected. Okay? So I'm going to do this on each string. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So just 10 to 12, all the way up. And then once we get to the top, we go 10, 12 here. And then we start it again. Same direction. So we have 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12. Okay? And then we switch down 1 fret, 1 position to the 9th position. Okay, so this is the part that I really want you to focus on too. Because like when I go to the 9th position, I don't stop and move. I keep this one down to let it sustain, right? This one shifts to the 9th fret. Okay? It's really subtle. And you know, you can watch guitar players play all day long and you will never notice that they're doing this. So, right? That's the shift. All right, so let's play this. We're going to play the exercise down a fret. We're going to take this all the way down to the 1st fret. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, backwards. Comes the shift. Notice where I'm picking as well. I'm not doing this. You might like that sound. But this is really the sweet spot. Sorry, I started to shift too early. 8, 10, 8, 10, 7, again, I'm trying to make that note exactly on the click. Sixth position. You know, for a little extra credit too, let's do the shift here first. Here we go, 5th fret. I'm muting strings with my left hand. If I don't mute, listen. Shift. I don't know if you can tell, that's getting a little noisy because of sympathetic vibration. But then if I go to mute, watch the position of my fingers now. Your shift. So I'm trying to mute the strings that I'm not playing and play at the same time. Your shift, we have 2 more. The muting thing is really hard. Also necessary. And last one. Yeah, how was that? Did you guys get through that whole thing? How's your hand feel? You need to shake that out a little bit. Okay, when you do this exercise, what I want you to do is play that whole thing that we just did, 1st finger, 2nd finger. Then do it a whole thing again and do 1st and 3rd finger, 1st and 2nd finger. Okay, all the way down. And then do 1st finger and pinky. So when I'm talking about muting, listen to this. See, these fingers are laying here to mute strings that I don't want to ring. And the reason why I do this technique is because I was playing and I was hearing all of this noise and it was bothering me. So, and I'm like, how do I get rid of all this noise? And I remember reading an article. It was an old article of Eddie Van Halen. Now, this is when I first started playing guitar. And they were asking him, how do you play so clean? And he said, well, it's all about muting. I mute all the strings that I don't want to play, and the only thing you hear is the string I want you to hear. And you know, so he's got all this loads of distortion. He's got pickups on his electric guitar, right? So it tends to want to kind of take off. You know, you just bump the guitar and the amp starts going, all this kind of stuff. And so that really got me to thinking, like, what is this muting thing? And I started working with that. So if I play a note like this, the very tip of my finger is touching the string above it. And that's happening all the time. If I play in the middle of a string, well, the tip of my finger is hitting the string above it, and it's laying, so it's getting the string below. So those outside strings are completely dead. So I can hit that, right? And then with the side of my hand, I'm also muting. You know, in this case, when we were doing this, I'm not muting with my right hand. But if I play, You know, you can see my hand is literally rubbing against the strings here to keep all of that stuff from ringing. This takes tons of practice. It took me a long time to really make this settle in and become second nature, but it's totally necessary. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. We have a little bit of time here. I have one more thing that I want to go through, and this is going to be sort of a coordination exercise, more so than a picking one. So let's go back up to the 9th position. So each finger is going to get 1 fret, so we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So if you think about, let's just start with 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to keep it easy. We still want the notes to be connected, all of the stuff that we talked about today. But what I want to do is separate what notes or what strings I'm playing with which finger, if that makes sense. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, let's take 2 fingers. So in this case, let's do the first 2 fingers. And we're always going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 with the fingers, but the strings are going to change. So I'm going to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then these 2 are going to come up to the second string. These 2 stay on the first string. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they come up to the third string. And then fourth. And then fifth. And then the sixth. And then we'll do fifth again. Back up to the first. Okay? It starts to get a stretch. This becomes tough. Tough. And to keep it connected. So let's do this and see how this goes for you. Same tempo, 69 beats per minute. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. First string, second string, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, fifth, fourth, third, second, and on the first. Okay, so let's change these 2 fingers. Now the first and second finger are going to stay the same, and we're only going to change 3 and 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Second string, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, fifth, 4. Okay, a little harder. That shift there between the second and third finger can be rough. It is rough. Not can be, it is rough. All right, so let's just make this as hard as we can and move these inner 2 fingers, okay? Pinky and the first finger stay the same. And I just heard all of you go, oh! Okay, let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second string. Forgot where I was. Third string. Second. All right. So if you take a look at the sheet, if you printed that out, at the bottom on exercise 3, I have number sequences written there. So I have 1 2 3 4 4 3 2 1 1 4 3 2 4 1 2 3 1 4 2 3. Okay, so what this means is what finger are you going to use? So you can go, we just did 1 2 3 4. Okay, now the next one would be 4 3 2 1. Okay, well that seems like, why would I do that? I just played those notes. Well, going backwards with your fingers can be more difficult because you have to get that finger out of the way, and it's harder to go from pressing, releasing that pressure, and then coming off than it is to just kind of throw a finger down. All right, so you want to not do this. See there, I'm picking my finger up too quickly. I want this. Right? I lift the finger really exactly the same time that I pick. And if you pick it up too late, I don't know if I can do this. You get that. You get that kind of like dead sound. So this is called articulation. Articulation, the coordination between the right and the left hand. Okay? So I would do the same thing. 4 3 2 1. Now I'm just speeding through this just to show you, but I would go through those. And then what was the other one? 1 4 3 2. So maybe I'd go 1 4 3 2 1 4 3 2 1 4 3 2 1. Okay, 4 1 2 3. 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So hopefully you can see where this is going, that you could just take as many number patterns as you possibly could think of, and they all have a little bit of a different thing to them. You come across some of them that are really hard, and you'll think, why is this one so hard? I just got done doing this one. Well, it has to do with what fingers are doing what at any given time. Maybe going from the third finger to the second finger is really hard. You know, all of that stuff. So these are great exercises. You can take this down the fretboard too. You know, like if I did 4 1 2 3, I could go. Just taking it down one position each time. And so on. Okay, how do your hands feel? Do you feel tired? Do you want to go back to sleep? Or do you feel like, I mean, if you go, if any of you guys who have just been starting, maybe you feel like you're maybe beginner, maybe you're beginner intermediate, you know, play a couple of chords now. How does that feel? Does it feel easier than it used to feel? Like, oh man, I can actually make this chord change and I don't feel any of this restrictive feeling where I'm kind of like moving my fingers through molasses or something.